What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's world title fight at 160 pounds between the champion Kazakh style Janibek Alimkhanuly taking on the undefeated African Anauel Ngamissengue. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please hit subscribe? Also, like this video and be sure to hit the bell notification button. You can find that on the bottom of your screen so you can be notified every time I put something out that's new. Thank you. Guys, we have a huge weekend of boxing once again. There's 4 major events. Today we're going to cover the main event taking place in Kazakhstan. This would be the first ever live world title defense in Kazakhstan between the champion Kazakh style Janibek Alimkhanuly, who is undefeated. He's the IBF and WBO world champion at 160 pounds. He's taking on another undefeated African French fighter named Ngamissengue. So these are 2 fun names to say. Moving forward in the video, we're going to refer to Kazakh style simply as Janibek, even though his last name Alimkhanuly is very fun to say. It's spelled Alimkhanuly, but if you want to properly learn, Alimkhanuly. And then the African, we're going to call him, obviously by his last name, Ngamissengue. So in today's video, we're going to break down both fighters' careers. We're going to educate everyone, if you're unaware, who they are, what they've been up to. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of this fight, what's at stake. I will go over Las Vegas odds, and stay tuned to the end of the video because I will give you my prediction and tell you where to put your money so you can make the most of it. Before we continue, I want to share a little bit more about this event and remind everybody what's at stake. Guys, unified middleweight world champion Janibek, who's 16-0 with 11 knockouts, will defend his WBO and IBF titles against Anauel Ngamissengue, who's 14-0 with 9 knockouts. The fight will take place on Saturday, April 5th in Astana, Kazakhstan. The newly founded Nomad Promotions will stage the event in association with Top Rank, and the fight will be screened on ESPN Plus in the US. It will be the first world title defense to take place in Kazakhstan in modern history. Now based in California, Alimkhanuly, who is ranked #1 by Ring Magazine, hasn't boxed in his homeland since his second professional fight, which took place back in 2017. It has been an open secret that the 31-year-old southpaw would return home to make a voluntary defense of his titles. In recent weeks, rumors have swirled about who would be in the opposite corner, and Ngamissengue has accepted the challenge. Kazakh style is finally coming home. April 5th will be a memorable night as I defend my WBO and IBF world titles against a top opponent, Janibek said in a press release. Many fighters turned down this opportunity, so I credit Anauel for accepting the challenge. My goal is to become the undisputed champion, and Anauel is in my way. The fans in Kazakhstan and everyone watching worldwide will see something special. Ngamissengue has heavy hands and a glossy record, but the undefeated French-Congolese fighter will be taking a monumental step up in levels. The 29-year-old has only taken part in one scheduled 10-round contest and has never ventured beyond 8 rounds. His career best victory came in August 2023 when he traveled to Poland and eked out a majority 8-round decision over Fyodor Kachin, who was unbeaten in 22 fights. He boxed once last year, scoring a 3rd-round stoppage of Georgian journeyman Sandro Jajaj. He recently dropped out of the WBO rankings, but sits at #7 with the IBF. Thank you for this long-awaited opportunity. After almost a year and a half of fighting for a chance, this is the most important moment of my life, he said. I know I'm going into the lion's den, but I thrive in situations like this. I respect Janibek and everything he's achieved, but I'm coming to Kazakhstan to crash the party and show the world that I belong. See you April 5th. Guys, Alimkhanuly won the WBO interim title with a 2nd-round stoppage of Britain's Danny Dingham back in May 2022. 3 months later, he was upgraded to full champion when Demetrius Andrade elected to vacate his belt. He became the unified champion in October 23 with a routine 6-round stoppage of Germany's IBF champion Vincenzo Gualtieri. His only appearance since then was a dominant stoppage of Andre Mikhailovich in Sydney, Australia last October. Last July, Alimkhanuly was forced to withdraw from a scheduled title defense against Mikhailovich after he fainted just before the weigh-in. So guys, if you watch that fight down here in Sydney, Janibek was playing with his food. Andre Mikhailovich was outclassed, he was outmanned in that fight, and it looked like Janibek could have ended the fight from the opening bell onwards, and he wanted to stay in there a little bit longer, and he looked dominant. He looked big at 160. I want to remind people, the other champions in that division, you have Carlos Adames and you have Lara. So Janibek holds the WBO and IBF, and he says he wants to become undisputed in that division. This fight is a stepping stone. The French-Congolese fighter, he is going to be a strong dude. He's a powerful puncher. When you watch his highlights, he does wing a lot of his shots. He just bears down, puts his chin down, and just kind of throws bombs. So I just think Janibek's style, his experience will be a little bit too classy to get caught up in that style of fight, but the French Congolese will want to draw him into a firefight. The thing about Janibek is he is a showman in the ring, so you never know. It is boxing. It's a boxer's chance. All it takes is one punch to turn the trajectory of a fight. I want to take a closer look at the French Congolese fighters and see what Ngamissengue's been up to. Guys, Anauel Ngamissengue is 14-0 with 9 knockouts. He's currently ranked number 9 in the world at 160 pounds. He has a career 60 pro rounds fought, and the 29-year-old is an orthodox fighter standing at 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. He was born in the Congo. We last saw him fight Janibek, who was 12-32, knockout in the 3rd. Cherkachin, 22-0, majority decision in the 8th. Hache, 9-1, knockout in the 7th. Awano, 8-40, knockout in the 4th. Mama, 4-0, knockout in the 2nd. Guys, it's no secret that this is the biggest fight of his career. It's the biggest step up of opponents in his career. I already told you that he's never fought past 8 rounds. I already told you about some of his opponents' records. Nothing jumps off at the table. Other than that 14-0 record with 9 knockouts, a lot of people aren't giving him a chance in this, but he is a strong puncher. He's going to be there to get a hit. He wants to be in a firefight, and that's going to be his way of winning. He's not going to be moving a lot. He's going to stay in the middle, and he's going to want to test Janibek's ego to see if he has a chance at knocking him out. Let's take a closer look to see what Janibek's been up to. Guys, Janibek Alimkhanuly is 16-0 with 11 knockouts. He carries into the ring a 69% career knockout to win ratio and is currently ranked number 3 in the world at 160 pounds. The way the BoxRec algorithm is, he's ranked behind Lara and Chris Eubank Jr., which in the comment section below, let me know if you agree with that, if you think Chris Eubank Jr. or Lara would beat him. He currently holds the IBF and WBO straps. The Kazakhstan's a 31-year-old southpaw standing at 5'11" with a 71-inch reach. We last saw him in Sydney against Mikhailovich, who was 21-0, knockout in the 9th. Galtieri, 21-0, knockout in the 6th. Butler, 32-3, knockout in the 2nd. Bentley, 17-1, UD in the 12th. Dingham, 14-0, knockout in the 2nd. Like I told you earlier, I feel he could have got Mikhailovich out in the 2nd. Took him 9 rounds. He was switching stances. He was taunting his opponent and then eventually got him out of there. The best way I could explain that, like I said, he was playing with his food. When you get fighters from all around the world, it's tough for the American audience to know who they are. It's tough for these fighters who are from small markets to get big names and big fights. So I always say, all they could do is beat who they put in front of them, and that's what both guys have done thus far. I put this up in our community posts, and people just said that all Alimkhanuly has done is beat tomato cans, but guys, you can only fight who's put in front of you. I don't hear a lot of people calling Janibek out at 160. Personally, I think he beats Lara, and I think he beats Adames. We have to remember, Adames came up from lower weight classes. Janibek's a big 160. Now, people talk about Hamzat Shiraz for future opponents, but we heard Shiraz after his draw against Adames talk about he's moving up to 168. That cut to 160 was killing him. I'm expecting a dominant performance from Janibek. Before I give you my prediction, let's talk about where Vegas has this fight and where the bettors are putting their money. All right, guys, currently down here in Sydney, I use the Sportsbet betting app. They're only allowing us to take the money line action. If this changes closer to fight night, I'll put that method of victory bet up in the community section if it allows me to take knockout or a specific decision. Right now, money line, 100 on Janibek gets you 19 in return. 100 on Ngamissengue gets you over 500 in return. So Ngamissengue is a 5-1 underdog. A lot of people have never heard of him. Some of you guys have never heard of Alimkhanuly. So fights like this actually excite me. We got a world title fight, 2 belts are on the line. 160-pound division's wide open. You figure whoever wins this fight is going to further push their career trajectory, and I think it's a fun fight. I don't think it's going to last the distance. I'm expecting the African to stand there and want to challenge Janibek's ego. If you watch Janibek's highlight tape, he's going to be there to get hit. I expect a knockout. I'm picking Alimkhanuly to win by knockout. I'm not going to pick around. Now, pick him on your money line. Put him on a parlay. I think that's a safe bet as well. If I do get the odds on what a knockout pays, I'll put in the community section, in the comment section below right now. Let me know how you guys see this fight going. Do you think Kazakh style is going to be and still, or do you think Ngamissengue is going to be and new? Leave all that in the comment section below. Also, if you haven't seen my controversial breakdown of the fight that went down in Cancun, that I don't think it's controversial, in which Tevin Farmer lost the rematch to William Zepeda, stay tuned in the channel because that's coming up right now.